What's your opinion on Michael Jordan saying Republicans buy sneakers too?
I take him at his word that he was saying it in jest, and you got to understand, I've never voted. I never will vote. I'm removed myself from politics. And so as I don't hear Republican as a cuss word. I don't hear Republican as, oh, they're the enemy of black people. Mm-hmm. Black people hear Republican, or I don't want to say all black people, but I hear the word Republican. Go, oh my God, that's the enemy of black people. Mm-hmm. I'm not involved in politics. I just don't. And so I don't hear it that way. And so I hear Michael Jordan saying, look, man, I'm trying to get all this business. And I'm not going to involve myself in politics in that way because it's too polarizing. I'm an athlete. I'm not interested in getting in those muddied waters. And he didn't want to be involved when he thought it would be bad for business. That's Mike's philosophy. I don't have a problem with it.
Okay. Why not vote? Why don't you believe in the political system?
There's a couple of reasons. One, I'm a journalist and I try to remain objective, and I don't want people to interpret my opinions as having a political agenda. That's one. But probably, and not probably, the primary reason is I believe politics the last 50 years are a distraction from our relationship with God. I believe our solutions and our progress is tied to our relationship with God, and spiritual growth is not tied to politics. And I think we have an obsession with politics, and that our obsession with politics is our new religion. That is our religion. If you ask, and I ask my mother this all the time, Mama, write down this week how many times you say Trump and Obama and how many times you say Jesus. Just write it down. Every time you say Trump or Obama, write it down. Every time you say Jesus, write it down. My mother, church on Wednesday, church on Sunday, Bible study that I pay for, some little expensive Bible study. She's a hardcore Christian. But she talks a lot of Trump and a lot of Obama, far more than she talks about God and Jesus.
You know, the funny thing about that is that comment sounds like Malcolm's speech, The Ballad of the Book.
You cut out on me.
Yeah, he cut out.
Yeah, Jason, are you there?
Yeah, I got you.
Are you familiar with Malcolm's speech, The Ballad of the Bullet?
Refresh my memory.
When he says, basically, politics is just a game. The bullet is just us. We got to do what we do. I'll send you that. I'll send it to you. With that being said, it seems like because politics plays a key part in the 13th Amendment, the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Third Amendment, the Fourth Amendment. There's a level of separatism that's in you, based off you not believing in the political system or the political structure. Right or wrong?
I would not say I have a lack of belief in the political system. It doesn't fit my personality. If somebody said, oh, you know what, Jason, I'm going to show up at your house on Tuesday. If you don't show up on Tuesday, I'm like, fuck you. You're not a man of your word. And so politics is a lot of bullshit. It's a lot of people saying shit they don't really believe and aren't going to do. I have a very low tolerance for that. And so I'm not a separatist. I don't, but for me, it just doesn't fit my personality. Somebody coming in making me a bunch of promises that they're not going to live up to, they know they're not going to live up to. It's just not.
Gotcha.
I want to be with you.
Gotcha.
If I have extra time, rather than obsessing about who's president and all this shit that really don't matter, because it does. This whole little one man, oh my God, just get rid of Trump. We're gonna be so happy. We're gonna be. It's gonna be. It's all some bullshit.
It's gonna be so different. It's really not.
No,
yeah.
No. It's just not. And so I would rather focus on my relationship with God and focus on me, build my career, working with people that want to work with me. You know.
Any questions, Bree? You had a question?
No, this has been interesting, okay. and I really like the difference of opinion and thoughts and things like that.
We agree.
Let me add this, Fred. Let me add this.
Take your time.
I want Black people to ask them, look at the Asian community and the success they have in America. They're not really all that politically active. They focus on them and their community and working together, supporting each other. They're not all that politically active. They're not living and dying based on whether a Democrat or Republican's in the White House or whatever. And again, I focus on God, focus on family, focus on building business, and politics and all that. Who Democrat, Republican, who cares?
Jason, we're gonna put you on Christian Mingle. We're gonna get you somebody to date, okay?
He needs to coexist with somebody, right? Now you said that. Now that was a great comeback. Now you say that, but keep in mind they haven't endured the trauma. The Asians haven't endured the trauma in America under this system. So
I would agree with that in terms of there were some fights we had to have throughout the early 1900s to get our constitutional rights. Mm-hmm. We did have to engage in politics at that time just to get our constitution. Hell, it took the Emancipation Proclamation just to get our freedom and things. So you're right. Our pasts have been different. Our traditions have been different. And the addiction to politics and how important it had been to us, it's a hard habit to break. But I think if we look strategically at where we should have gone after the civil rights movement, it's like we've put a lot of focus on politics. Now it should be a focus. How do we best utilize this new one freedom? And instead, I think we've had a bunch of really bad Malcolm X and Martin Luther King impersonators, really bad. Just people coming in hustling off their platforms, none of it authentic. And then those people, you know, I have mixed feelings on Al Sharpton or whatever, but it's like they completely abandoned the church really and become straight politicians or political assets. And I just think it's a mistake.